right. Thank you for agreeing with me to talk to the Urban Appalachian Community Coalition Story Gathering Project. This is for my Intro to Appalachian Studies class. The Urban Appalachian Committee is a group of people committed to the well-being of Appalachian people, communities, and cultural expression in Greater Cincinnati.
Okay.
And just so you guys are both aware, I am recording and this will be shared, and it will be on the Urban Appalachian Coalition Committee's website, and that's why I've asked you to sign those permission slips over there. So to get into it, my name is Jerod Bradley, and this is a special interview because these are my grandparents. And if you could go ahead and say your name and the neighborhood that you live in.
Sally Hampton, and I live in Arlington Heights, Ohio.
Pearl Hampton Jr. I live in Arlington Heights of Ohio.
All right, and the way I'll ask these questions is I'll start with one of you, and then if the other one has something they can add in, that would work as well. So I'll just go ahead and start with you.
Okay.
When and where were you born?
I was born in 1951, November 27, 1951, and I was born in Black Star, Kentucky.
Okay. Well, what part of Kentucky is that?
Harlan.
Yeah, Harlan.
Like eastern?
Would you call that Eastern?
I don't know, to be honest.
Kind of right in the middle, I guess.
Okay.
It's in the mountains.
And just in case we're uncertain, I always have my handy dandy map.
Okay.
That'll help us out. I think that classifies.
Okay.
And then when and where were you born?
Okay, I was born at Broadhead, Kentucky, 1945.
All right. And did you both grow up in those areas?
I did not, but he did.
Okay.
You grew up in that area.
Yeah, Till I was 17 years old.
Okay. What was it like growing up in that area?
It was great at the time. I thought it was bad, but it was great. I found out later on.
All right. Back then, what were some of your favorite things to do?
Well, ride horses, bicycles, just run around.
All right. So mainly like
Up over the
outdoorsy
hills.
things. Okay. Are your families from those areas?
Yes.
Okay.
My family was from Arlington, Kentucky.
Okay. You've obviously been there since you grew up there.
Yes.
Have your parents or grandparents told you anything about what it was like there?
Yes. My dad was a coal miner, and he told me he started when he was about 8 years old. He'd go into the coal mine and pick up, where they'd load the coal on the train, and he'd pick it up and put it in a little basket or something for him. And so he actually started working when he was about 8, doing that.
Well, I think my dad started working when he was like 12, I believe, to help raise some of the family. And he shared cropped.
What is that?
That's like where you raise somebody else's stuff,
Okay.
and then they get half and you get half.
Okay.
Sharecrop.
Had your parents used words like Appalachian before?
No.
No.
They just called it Kentucky.
As far as your upbringing, how do you feel that it has helped you make you who you are today?
Oh, let's see. Well, my parents were very religious, and I think that helped me. My grandfather was a preacher, and I was raised in the church, so I think that helped me become who I am today
Okay.
because of the religious background. What about you?
Well, yeah, my father and them, they was very religious, and so it helped me along, know right from wrong. And work, you gotta work to support yourself, treat everybody nice, and just enjoy life.
What does it mean to you to be Appalachian? Is it something to be proud of?
I'm just proud of where I was raised.
Yes, I was proud. I'm proud to be a hillbilly.
In your eyes, who else can be Appalachian?
Anyone that's born in that region.
Okay.
What do you say?
Just anyone.
They have to come from the Appalachian Mountains there.
I don't know. What you call it? The Broadhead Mountains?
I guess so.
Mm-hmm. That's where Lincoln County.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like this map goes, it's going to be any area that's considered Appalachian. So it extends all the way up to New York, if you wanted to get that far
I
up.
did not know that it went to New York. That's a surprise. I guess it would though, one of those mountains.
So would you say Appalachian is just anywhere along those mountains?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
Especially in the mountains, the people are more countrified or whatever. I don't know the right terminology to use, but but there was a certain sense of pride to be in the mountains. Yeah.
What about you?
About the same thing. Very proud of from the mountains or whatever.
All right. What would you say is like the main, I guess, job in the Appalachian area?
Well, when my father was a coal miner, and his father was a farmer. So farming and coal mining is pretty much covers it. I think. I don't know. I don't think they had a lot of factories down there. They probably do now, but not back when we were growing up. They didn't.
Well.
That's why my parents left down there to come to Ohio to work in a factory, or there was more job opportunity here than there was down there.
Well, we always raised all of our food and growed it. And our meat stuff, we raised pigs and stuff like that, and kill them for meat. And like for cornbread, or we grow the corn, we take it to the mill and grind it so we'd have cornbread.
I've never seen that done in my life. My last question for both of you, what was the main reason your families got out of those areas and then came up north?
Go ahead, Sally.
Well, mine was because they were looking for better jobs and, more opportunity, employment opportunities.
Okay.
Well, like me, I just wanted to come to the big city and see what it was all about.
Yeah. So that concludes this interview. Thank you again.
Oh, you're very
for letting
welcome.
me interview both of you. And that is the end.
Oh.